group Ironman mode. I really don't think that this is the optimal mode for new players to be playing, but that's okay. I'm sure you're determined to chill with the boys, and I'd like to help you do that. The point of this video is to help bridge that gap from changing your perspective on this game from it being a mess of menus to being a land of adventure that you just can't wait to explore and to just work on your goals. Okay, so let's get going. I'm Mizkif now. I've been playing RuneScape for 20 years, so let me tell you what I know. As of October 2021, Runelight is the best way to experience RuneScape. Runelight is a third-party software. It's a client used to launch the game. It gives you tons of quality of life updates that literally just aren't in the main game client. So if they're not paying you to use the main client, definitely switch over to Runelight. I've got the Runelight icon right here in the middle of the screen. Obviously, I don't keep it there normally, but as it's loading up, I just want to tell you the features that I use on this thing every day. They include improving the graphics, allowing me to track my experience gain or track my loot from monsters, and those are just a few of the really common things people use it for. And this seriously isn't like a hidden tip or anything. I'm pretty sure about 80% of the player base, if not a ton more, uses Runelight instead of the main game client. One point of warning though, make sure that you download Runelight from the official runelight.net website and not from a scam website, because that gets people sometimes. All right, so now I'm actually gonna log in and then we're gonna talk about settings. Tutorial Island tells you a little bit about settings and this button here that is the wrench, but I wanna tell you a little bit more about how I prefer to play and what I do every single time I start a new account. First of all, switch your player attack options to hidden. This is gonna make it so that you don't get tricked by anyone, because some people are going to be able to try to trick you to take your items. If you turn this to hidden, it's going to be a lot less likely that they're going to be able to do that. Down in NPC attack options, do left click where available out of these 4 options. That's just going to be convenient for you. You might want to make sure accept aid is off, and it doesn't matter that this button's red. Now, skip over the middle tab and go to the 3rd tab. It looks like a monitor. Click that one. Click between these and check which one you like. You know, no option is wrong except for modern layout. Yeah. Now go into all settings. It's the big button at the bottom. Go into controls. Make sure you have shift click to drop items checked. Make sure middle mouse buttons controls the camera is checked. I'm sure it already is, but it's really convenient to be able to just hold down middle click to move the camera around. I really prefer to use that. Going back into all settings, scroll down to the bottom, make sure escape closes the current interface is checked on. And here's a bonus one, go over to chat and do split friends private chat, turn that on. I just prefer it that way. You don't have to do that one. Now, you're already done with messing around with the settings. You'll get used to the other menus as you play the game. In general, when it comes to RuneScape, I personally would encourage you to just chill out and enjoy the game as it comes. But if you just happen to be in a race, or if you don't want to be dead weight on your group Ironman team, I've got to encourage some efficiency out of you. And I'll tell you how to do it. When you're playing the game, make sure you're doing something within these categories. And this is pretty easy to remember. Either you're upping your skills or you're getting gear. Literally just those 2 categories, and you'll be doing really great if you do that. There's tons of different methods to up your skills, and there's plenty of different methods to get more gear, but let's just talk about getting gear real quick. In order to get gear, I think that you should focus on doing quests, making money, receiving monster loot that you're specifically going for a particular item, so you choose to go to a particular monster to get that loot, and then also working on achievement diaries. Now, I know that some of these words didn't make any sense, so just to make sure we're clear, the button next to your inventory to the left, this is the quest list. There's 4 panels. It might have started you on the brown or gray one here. Click over to the blue one. And this is a long list, and on your screen they'll all be red. That means that you haven't completed the quests yet. And if you just do a bunch of quests, that is going to progress your account quickly. There's also a green star here as well. These are the achievement diaries. I'll point you to one of them in particular, but they're good to do as well. Now, I mentioned making money is a good thing to spend your time on. Usually that's true, but because you're playing group Ironman mode, you're in Ironman, naturally, and money is just worth a little bit less. It's not as valuable for Ironman than it is to normal accounts. And that's because you can't participate in the real-world economy that RuneScape offers. So money still has a use, but it's just not as useful. So I wouldn't really focus on that too much in your Ironman journey. Now, I've been talking about quests just a couple of times so far, so let's say that you're going to take my advice and you're going to do the waterfall quest. That's one of the quests that I'm going to encourage you to do. Here's how you do the waterfall quest, and here's how you do every single quest in the game. Open up YouTube. If you're watching this video, you already know where I'm going with this. But let me tell you where to find the best quest guides in the entire game. Literally look up Slayer music, spelled with a Q, waterfall quests. It'll autocomplete. Now, even though these guides are 5 years old, 2 years old, whatever, click the first one. A quick guide is going to be excellent. You know, you're going to learn to love this intro.
Hi, and welcome to my quick guide of the quest Waterfall.
Hi, and welcome to my guide. Anyway, he makes sure that you know exactly what items you should have to start the quest, what skills you need, what quests you need to have had completed already, and he does the quest in front of you in real time. And that's really important. He shows you what to click on. He explains everything. 100% guarantee watching these videos from Slayer Music whenever you're going to do any quest, honestly. Any quest. Now, so far I've pointed you to somewhat general things to do in the game, and now we're going to get somewhat specific. I want you, as one of your first things in the game, to go and complete the Stronghold of Security. Ludwig and Atrioc, you guys have already done this. But, as a reminder, there is a world map button here in the top right. It starts you by looking at where you are, the spinning circles where you are. We're in Lumbridge. Follow the cursor, go up this path, keep going up, cut north into here, and around these trees, and right here into Barbarian Village. This is the destination. Your goal then is to do the Stronghold of Security. It is a dungeon, and it's multiple floors deep, and there are strong monsters that will try to get in your way. You can complete this without any food and without gaining any combat stats at all. Hopefully. It might get you. But it'd be really good if you complete the first floor, complete the second floor, and then also complete the third floor. The fourth floor does not matter so much, unless you're into nostalgia and you played this game before. But otherwise, just do the third floor. The thing that you have to do in order to complete the Stronghold of Security, make sure you have your two-factor authenticator connected to your account and operational. You have to go to the Old School RuneScape main website to get that set up. The reward for doing this is 10,000 GP. It is the fastest, most efficient way to get your first pile of coins. And it's really worth it, as well as, keeping your account safe and whatnot. That's good too. Now, a lot of players are going to have a big interest in killing some monsters, and I'm very aware of this. And it just so happens that a really normal thing for players to do when they start the game is to do a number of quests that give a ton of combat-related experience. So let me just give you the list right now, and I'll put them up on the screen as well. They're Waterfall Quest, Death Plateau, Vampire Slayer, Tree Gnome Village, Fight Arena, and Grand Tree. All those quests are really, really good at getting you quick combat experience so that you don't need to just stand around killing chickens slowly to get slow experience. You can just skip all of that and become a Chad immediately. Now remember, these are all quests, so in order to do them, search the quest and Slayer music on YouTube and just follow exactly what he says. He's got great tips for you. And he even shows you how to do it at a low level, so that's important. Now, you don't have to do all of these quests. If you were to do just one of them, I would recommend the Waterfall quest. It's a little bit difficult. There are some risky sections where you could get hit for all of your health and die in just one hit. but just take it as a challenge. If you're good, you'll make it through. But it will be annoying if you die. But also good luck. Whatever. Once you've done those couple of things, you've got money, you've got some combat experience, I recommend that you get an Arty Cape 1. That's an achievement diary reward. So go over to the blue star, turn it into the green star here in the third tab, click Ardoon. These top tasks, all of them are crossed out on my account here. You want to do every single one of these. In order to do this, you don't really want to interact with the in-game UI. It's a little clunky. I recommend, once again, leaving the game and going to the old school RuneScape wiki. And on it, search Ardoon Diary. This chart here is really, really handy because it tells you what tasks you need to complete. And let's just say, for example, that I'm playing the game and I'm following these instructions. And I have managed to do number 1. Have Wizard Cromperty teleport you to the Rune Essence Mine. You don't have to understand what that means. Yeah, you'll get it when it comes. You're like, okay, I'm done. Just click it, it'll turn green. This is a checklist. It's a really handy checklist on the wiki. It's really awesome. So do this. Once you've completed every single task in the easy section of the Arty Diary, you'll be rewarded with a cloak. It's a cape. And the cape is it's a really good item. It allows you to teleport straight to an altar. Altars are important because they allow you to recharge your prayer instantaneously. It's really good. It's really good. Now, if you're sticking with me, these things have been increasing in difficulty, and this next step is no exception to that. And the thing is that if you're just playing for a couple of days, don't do this. But if you're in for the long haul, get yourself set up to go to Wintertodt. You're going to have to get into like the middle range levels to get here. But thankfully, the skill you're going to have to train, it's a really fast skill actually. So it's fire making. You need to go get 50 fire making, and you're probably chopping all of your own logs to get it, so you'll be, in the level 40s of wood cutting in order to get that to happen. Make sure before you go, you also have level 15-ish fletching and 15-ish construction. Make sure that you have purchased a house in the construction skill. I don't want this video to last too long, so you will have to look up a guide on how to do this content, how to do Wintertodt, but the reason that you're going to do it is because it gives really good resources and really good experience, especially for a low-level account. If you continue to have low hit points, this activity is amazing for you. Let's just say that you happen to be new to RuneScape, and you're playing group Ironman mode, and you're in some kind of a race. Hypothetical situation. Here's what I want you to do. Go into your skills tab. Look for your lowest skill, or any skill that's still level 1. Let's just say I have level 1 fishing, for example. Here's what you do. Go back to YouTube, search the skill name, and then search 1 to 99. This will give you a ton of options for great guides. I don't have a particular person that I would recommend because a lot of these are going to be decent guides, but make sure that you're not clicking on a RuneScape 3 guide. Make sure you're searching OSRS. So, this most recent one says it's updated for 2021.
I just wanted to let
I'll
my
check it
viewers
out. They'll probably say way too much, which that's the case in this video that I just clicked, so I'm just scrolling ahead to look for the section that starts 10 minutes in. It says starting out levels 1 to 47. I want to know
can go about this.
What to
so
train
the efficient
on
route
at the
and
low
the
levels.
alternate.
This guide is saying, number 1, do Sea Slug. Sea Slug is actually the name of a quest, but it'll get you all the way to level 24 fishing instantaneously if you do that. It is way faster than training fishing traditionally. Honestly, there just plain old is a lot to know in this game. It's a knowledge deep game. So look up a guide for literally everything. You will be faster than your friends quickly. But the point of looking up these guides, I would say, is so that you know how to train every single skill, And the early skills go way faster than the later skills, obviously. So if the goal is to get the highest total level possible, that's all of your levels added together, just train your lowest skills up to like level 30, and then move on to the next lowest skill, and bring it up to like level 30. That's going to get you the fastest total levels as fast as possible. And it's going to unlock a lot of stuff for your account, and you'll probably gain a path forward just by training these skills. You'll know what to do next at that point. Now, one of my biggest goals of this video is to keep it as short as possible. So that's going to be the end right now. Making a guide like this, though, it makes me really realize how many things I had to skip over or not be extremely clear on for the sake of keeping things short. So if you're still curious about anything, you're allowed to ask me anything on Twitch. I am streaming RuneScape often. Making this guide is making me really want to make more in-depth guides in the future, so please click that subscribe button, make it turn gray. Thank you very much. Enjoy your journey, and good luck.